If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello everyone, good morning.
Hi, good morning everyone.
So today is basically introduction and installation. We will try to hit installation, and when we are going to install that, we will go with some different jargons of this SAP Commerce, like how when we are going to install, what is the backend process going to happen for that. Okay, so these are just these are the nothing is related to the installation part only. Okay, accelerator and everything. Okay, so we'll go with the introduction, that basically nothing is overview and architecture overview. Okay, for this SAP Commerce. Okay, so let's go one by one. Like first, let's complete the introduction, and once the introduction is completed, we will move to installation. So since you are already working, so I will not go too much theory part. Rather, we will jump in the installation after some time. Okay. So I think this is go with the PPT of ZaranTech. Yeah. Commerce Cloud overview. Okay, all are quite similar. Let's go. Okay. Okay. So when we are talking about the SAP Commerce, so SAP Commerce, when I'm like, I will use the three words. So these are three are similar thing. Okay, just SAP Commerce, it's the same thing like SAP Hybris. Okay, it's an older name, and sometimes I might call the SAP CX customer experience. These are the three similar thing. Okay, there's no difference between, only the naming convention is there. So sometimes I use SAP Commerce Cloud, like SAP CC, then Hybris, then customer experience. All are three. Okay, so here they already mentioned about the definition. So when we are talking about the SAP Commerce, so SAP Commerce is not a software. Okay, let me clear it. It's not a software. Okay, so like the software is like we are installing the Notepad, 7-zip, then we are in the Microsoft Excel and all. These are the software. Software means these are basically you have a specific word. When you are going to work with the word, so you have a specific work only. You can create a word file by using the PPT or create the PPT only. Okay, so this is not a software. SAP Commerce Cloud, SAP Hybris is not a software. It's basically a solution. Okay, solution for what? Solution for the SAP basically commerce related activities. Okay, so when you're talking commerce related activities, so commerce is something you are going to develop, like Flipkart, Amazon, Chroma, and Myntra, something like that. Okay, so basically it is providing a platform where you are going to develop your own site. Okay, so you can develop either B2B, B2C. We are going to just like later part will clear what is B2B, B2C, and what is different flavor of the e-commerce. So like it is saying that SAP Commerce is downloadable customer. So basically you are going to download from the SAP site, and then you are going to install in your local. Okay, so it's the e-commerce solution where you are going to develop something like a Chroma, Amazon, Flipkart plus PCM software. What is PCM software? PCM software is basically product content management. The full form of this so where you can manage the product and content. Okay, so not only you're going to develop the site only, later it is also providing some software in with suite or with the installation where you are going to manage the product and content. Okay, so why they mean the cloud? Because nowadays this is deployed on the cloud. This is deployed on the cloud. It doesn't mean that in local you are going to deploy on the cloud. Later it's basically for the dev, QA on the higher environment, production and all. Those are deployed in the cloud. Local, it is working as a non-cloud only. How it is working the previously. Okay, so now when we are talking about the PCM software, e-commerce solution is clear, like we are just going to develop that. How we are going to develop that we can see later. one by one we are going to develop and we are going to customize our site. But what the PCM is, how we are going to manage the product content. Okay, some you are already working, some is for some is a new. So Hybris is already providing some software. Those are called like cockpits or the back office. Okay, so those are inbuilt with Hybris. Okay, those are in different like in domain. Those are basically developed, like some are working the JSP page, some are developing the JDUL page, but those are integrated, or it's basically come with Hybris where you are going to manage that. Okay, it also provide basically the indexing and not so much things, so many things with this, but how you are going to manage that we can see later. But let first understand what is product content and how you're going to manage that. Okay, so if you are going to take any site, okay, any site, okay, so whatever you see into the front page, that is called the content. Whatever at the loading, whatever you can see, there's a look and feel of that site is called the content. Okay, so this content will be managed by whom? The question will come like, who is going to manage the content and how he is going to manage the content. Okay. Let me just how this is the content. Content means whatever you are going to look in the front end. Basically look and feel. This color is the architecture, like how it is basically moving from here to here. Yeah, of course data is coming from the back end, but how it is looking, it is coming from the like front end related, and that is nothing is the content. Okay, so content also contain the banner, images, so many other things here like carousel and all those comes under the content only. Okay, so now the question is that who is going to manage this content? So this content, that now the question is, does the developer responsibility to manage the content, this content, whatever you are going to see, the carousel, banners and everything. But if your developer is going to manage this one, so developer need entire development cycle to change anything. Development cycle is basically he is going to develop something in local, then move to the dev, then move to the testing part, QA or UAT, and then move to the production. Okay. This will take entire sprint. Any developer do any even a small change from the developer side will need an entire sprint, basically a development cycle. Okay, and this will take only 14 days. Okay, but in normally this banner are changing in sometime 2 hours, sometime in 1 day, 2 days, they are continuously changing. In the rush hour, basically in the cell, this might be changing in the 3 to 4 hours. Okay, every 3 to 4 hours or 5 hours they are changing continuously. So it means that developer is not responsible to change the content. For that we have a content manager. It's called a C in short form, content manager. Manager is responsible to change the content. Now content manager may be technical or may not be technical, maybe the business side or the development side. Okay, it totally depends. So content manager is responsible. Now content manager might be non-technical. It means he only know how to change the content. Other than that, he doesn't have any responsibility. Okay, of course content manager has a different categories, like one content manager will approve the content whatever going to so in the site, another content manager will publish that, and someone is basically some content manager maybe work as a reviewer. Okay, there's a different thing, that is different part basically. So content manager, for this container we are using a basically small software called Smart Edit. Small software is similar to the like back office, or you can see that HAC, where content manager will go and change something related to content on the live site. site is up and running, he can go and change, and immediately that will reflect into the production UAT where whatever the environment is that. Previously, this smart edit was working with the WCMS. Okay, now WCMS they have replaced because this is slowness and everything, the complaint are now coming. So WCMS is now replaced. Only smart edit is currently working. So we are going to in the future, like in the coming session, we'll know that how smart edit is working, how we are going to customize and content and customize the smart edit itself. But as of now, just understand smart edit is basically a tool which is responsible for the content management, and who can access that tool? Content manager. Okay, we will create the content manager also, and we will create the we will also edit the smart edit, but we are going to change the smart edit. So just overview. It's a clear what is content and who is going to manage and where he can going to manage. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. So now next thing is that I told, like here we are mentioning the PCM, like content is okay. Now the next thing is product. Okay, so what is product? Product is anything which you are going to selling in your site. Anything. Product will be the anything, okay, which you are going to sell into the site. It may be the physical things, it might not be the physical things. Okay, so when you are now saying that not a physical thing like Go Vivo, Make My Trip, so their product is basically package. Okay, basically some train tickets, obviously tour and travel, so something their product is something different. Services, basically their product is nothing, their services. Okay, so in that case those are also e-commerce site. Okay, Go Vivo, Make My Trip, those are also smart e-commerce site, and those can be developed by the Hybris also. For that, Hybris released a new accelerator in 2018, that is travel accelerator, that we are going to discuss later. Okay, so this is the product. Now this is Zebronics product. Tomorrow, suppose this is speaker, they have launched new speaker, Zebronics only, or maybe they have upgrade on this one, they have changed the prices, they have changed anything, they can change it. Okay, now the question is that who is going to change this? Who is responsible? Who is going to change? Change means someone will change this product, and someone will basically review this product. Basically, someone will come and massage this product. Massaging means basically enhancing the customer experience. Massaging is nothing. Massaging, if someone is saying that massaging a product, it means how we are going to increase the sale of that product is called the massaging. Okay, that might will come, suppose some product doesn't have image, we are not going to purchase that product. Okay, so entering image, displaying image is a massaging of product. Displaying prices, displaying discounts, displaying promotions, these are comes under the massaging of product. Basically enhancing the product attributes which increase the sale is called the massaging of the product. And entering a project, basically creating a product, basically just creating is a core attribute, like product name, product code, those are called the core attribute of product, while the customer experience called the massaging of the product. Okay, so who is going to manage who is going to change this product? For this we have a PM, product manager. Okay, so again product manager will be technical, non-technical, both, maybe the possibility. Okay, now product manager is basically, suppose Zebronics is 20, Pixaplay 22 is there, tomorrow 24 will come, so we need to discontinue this and we need to enter the new product here, like 24 one. Okay, so how we are going to that product manager will do. And suppose tomorrow I want to change some small thing about this product, so again developer is not responsible for that, because it take entire developer cycle, which is basically not a feasible solution for us. It will take a lot of time. That is not in that case of site. So product manager have product cockpit. Cockpit is quite similar to Smart Edit. Smart Edit is basically previously WCMS cockpit. So industrially cockpit is a small software. Again, it's like this Smart Edit. Okay, so it can be accessed by product manager, and product manager is responsible to change any product or category by using Smart Edit. Okay, Product manager can access this and he can change it, anything related to the smart, like product related, anything, its price, categories, and navigation, he can change it. Okay, he can even can do the review rating, so many things he can add here. Okay, so again, product manager have different category, like one product manager will add, one product manager will review, one product manager will basically massages. So multiple product manager or multi-level product manager can be there in your site. Okay, so product manager, maximum time from the business side, he can remove and send the feed to you. Okay, feed is nothing when you are going to import the multiple products. So basically they are sending the file list of product. I want to import this one. So that we are going to import. How we are going to import, that is next question. But that feed is coming from the business side always. And I'll be the price related, image related, product code related, anything. So that will done by the product manager, and we are going to import in our site. Okay, so that this can means product cockpit we are changing. This is also can be do anything in the live site. If you are changing anything, immediately it will reflect your current site by the product manager. Okay, okay, so when like I talked the product cockpit smart edit, similarly we have some other cockpits like CS cockpit, and the name is CS is customer support cockpit. So it's basically customer support, although we are not using, okay, customer support cockpit, not this, basically raising the ticket, resolving the ticket, any problem with the order. So customer support, normally any site like Flipkart, Amazon, they have owned their customer support things. They are normally do not use by the Hybris. Even that site is developed in the Hybris, but Hybris is providing the customer support cockpit where we can do any type of customer related activities like raising ticket, resolving anything, refund, cancellation, and so many things is there. Okay, so normally previously we have other cockpit also, but those are now deprecated and moved maximum thing to the back office. Also, just understand, back office is the boss of all cockpits. Back office will contain entire thing about your Hybris. Means all tables, all things we can change in the back office. All the data you can change in the back office, but back office is lengthy tool, because I'm saying that you can change everything. So when you are going to change anything there, it will load entire site, entire things. That's why back office is quite lengthy, or basically quite big, bulky in nature. That's why they have introduced the cockpit small software. If you want to change only product, why you need to load the order, cart, catalog, so many extra things. You need not to change anything. So we have a small things here, and other data related activities, other things, they have moved to the back office. Okay, that we are coming later. So I think this is clear for you. Product.
Yes, one question is there.
Yeah.
What is a smart edit here? Means it is a software, or in case of Hybris, what it will be? It will be done by back office or some?
No, smart edit is software. It's a URL is something like this. Normally URL is like in for local. Smart edit. This one is the URL for you. Okay, so smart edit is an entirely different software. It's only for the content. It's only for content. Basically, you are going to change any content, look and feel of your site, any component, any content, any pages you want to change, customize, that you can do in the smart edit. Similar thing you can also do from the back office also. But again, I told back office is a lengthy process. So back office, the boss, it contain everything. Smart edit only for the content, product cockpit only for the product.
Okay.
Okay, back office contain everything: content, product, order, cart, checkout, everything, all related things. Okay, we will come after the installation. You will understand what exactly this one. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, so you definitely have suit. So suit will something like look like yeah, something look like this. Okay, so you have 2205 4th origin, right? So it is something look like this, and nearly 1.5 GB to 2 GB. Okay, this is something like suit. Okay, and when you basically extract this suit, so it will something look like, okay, like inside the Hybris, and then when you will install, you will see that. So it is something like this is the structure for this. Okay, this is the suit, and what is the next for the on-site? Build and deploy, we cannot relate to mock continuously because build and deploy will, this we have discussed. Customer support, search and navigation. Yep. So basically these are the like key components, you can say that, which comes with basically Hybris. Okay, when you're talking about the platform, it's extension here. Extension, you just understand, someone is work on the Java. In Java, whatever the project, in Hybris we call the extension. Just understand. Okay, so platform is basically is a core functionality. It contains all the core OOTP functionality out of box related. All the activities and functionalities depend on platform. So platform, you can see whatever built on the SAP Commerce and Hybris, that is built on the top of platform. This is the first extension. When you are basically build your project, or basically you have to compile your project, the first thing which is compiled, that is called the platform. Okay, so it contains all the core activities for that. What are core activities we will see later. Just product content manager, we have seen that it will contain the product content manager. Basically it can do, it has possible, it has capability to manage the content and product. Next thing, web content management, that is done by basically WCMS. Why they mentioned differently? So comes under content management, comes under the content management only. Okay, it comes under the content management only. Okay, and sometimes we can the localization, that comes under the back office part. We'll see that what is the localization and template and all. Customer support, I just know we have a CS cockpit like cancellation, return, order management, we have order fulfillment, return, inventory. Okay, order management is provided by Hybris, we have, but the order management in a Hybris is not mature enough that which can be used in the production. Always you can see the order management is used by the any third party order management, like IBM Sterling is one of the tool, then GSAP is one of the tool. Like this we have a multiple tool. We order management, after placing the order, what is the next activity for that? Like in Flipkart, you place the order. Now when it is going to deliver to you, after the cancellation, how the return replacement process will do. So that called the order management. So Hybris order management, you cannot see that any of your project are using the Hybris order management. It is always use the third party. Okay, store locator capability, this is related to B2B. Maximum time, if you are the pickup, if your site has any pickup related, like you can pick up from the store also, that can be used from the store locator, that we can use from here. Search and navigation functionality is used from the Hybris. This is coming from the Apache Solar. Okay, so Hybris is using the search and functional navigation is from the Apache Solar. Okay, it is not from the SAP side, just it's integrated with SAP. Search and functionality is like you are searching this anything from here. So whatever the thing coming in the display, like this is the PLP page, product listing page. The list of product is called the PLP. Okay, so whatever the list is coming, whatever the you can see different facade is coming, like filters. Okay, and here different like price high to low, price low to high, whatever the link you can do that can be sorting and everything comes under the search and navigation searching. So that can be in Hybris is a build, it build with the entirely inside build, and that is come with the Solar search and navigation module. Payment framework interface for the training purpose is provided by Hybris, but in real time you are not going to use the payment framework provided by payment interface provided by the Hybris. You maximum you are going to use the third party integration for this. Whatever they provide, again I told you this is a not mature enough payment and order here. It's you can say whatever our requirements 20 to 30% they are providing. Just 70% definitely use the third-party integration. So for your credit card integration, so either you use the PayPal, Paymetric, Adyen. So these are the payment provider which we are going to use in the real-time world, not the hybrid one. Okay. And this is just like okay, MS Azure. Okay, so basically MS Azure, yeah, hybrid support most of the MS. It doesn't mean that you cannot use the AWS for your hybrid related. MS Azure basically, when I will teach you the hard folder, there is a concept we call the cloud hard folder. Basically, hard folder is a way to import the file in your system, whatever you are getting from the business. So now previously business is storing in some other look like some shared location. Now business store that file in some cloud location. That cloud is basically we call the MS Azure is responsible for that. It basically for cloud hot folder we are using the MS Azure. Okay, last basically services and everything like last SaaS PaaS, those are the platform as services, infrastructure as service, yes, infrastructure service. So hybrids you cannot use as a SaaS. Okay, SaaS is basically services like, so that SaaS we cannot use. This is basically partition of cloud. Okay, last PaaS, IaaS and SaaS. So maximum we can use the IaaS infrastructure as a services. SaaS we cannot use. SaaS e-commerce is basically only the the sales for e-commerce that is based on the SaaS. Okay, software as services, or you can say that like most on the cloud part. So SAP Commerce, definitely manual interaction is that you are going to develop, you are going to deploy. Yeah, it is automated, but maximum responsibility is the developer or the lead architect who is doing that. This we are going to develop this, how we are going to maintain it later. I don't think this is a okay. I'll increase this. Okay, this is visible to you? Hello?
Yeah, it seems a bit blurry, but you can see
even for me it's a bit blurry. Somewhat better.
Yeah, now fine. Yeah, now fine.
Yeah, here it is saying that CCB2. Okay, don't confuse with CCB1, CCB2. For CCB only for the integration related CCB1, CCB2 is but internal working is core working is quite similar. Okay, so infrastructure, environment, and commerce application. Okay, infrastructure is basically how we are going to deploy that thing. Okay, how we are going to monitoring this thing, how that backup monitoring. This is basically HSE related things, administrative related things. Okay, deploying, build, monitoring that your, and then how you're managing the, you have multiple environment, how you are going to manage that. Okay, so that comes under the infrastructure. This environment is basically whatever the extra thing is provided with this, you like whatever the attached with you, like Solar is coming from some other one. Okay, it's up from the Apache. Bob Storage, it is coming to Azure, DB server. So DB server, again, you are going to use the different DB. In real time, you are not going to use the DB which is provided the hybrids. Hybrids provide the HSQL DB, but we are not going to use the HSQL DB because that is, again, it will not perform well in the production. So always you are going to use the MySQL DB, SQL Server, HANA DB, any DB you are going to use, but not hybrids one. Okay. Last is commerce application. So commerce application basically the topmost part, like they're saying Spartacus, Commerce, and Data Hub. Basically, that is kind of the integration things. Okay, basically, which is related to the is above other than the like core functionality. Okay, we will discuss one by one. Like Spartacus is come with the headless commerce. Headless commerce means they have de-attached the front end and the back end. Okay, Spartacus is Angular JS based as storefront basically, which is related to the front end only. Okay, Data Hub is deprecated nowadays, not using, rather they are using the SCPI. SCPI is basically cloud platform integration. SAP Cloud Platform Integration. So how basically integrate other system by in the cloud, that is API. Data Hub are the older thing, so deprecated now. Extinction Factory, these are the small ones. So these are the layer basically they are using. And just they have mentioned some of the detail, doesn't mean that these are the only. Other than that, we have so many others, like hot folder is one of the here, REST API is SOAP we are currently using. So these are the just small whatever they have mentioned. It extra things is already also present here. This is the CCP2 infrastructure, and let's see if they have. This we cannot reach you currently, because once you understand the Hybris, then only when install, then you will understand what is the code repository and all next thing. Okay. They are just saying that staging deployment. This will also teach you. But basically, when you develop anything, of course, your development, and after that, from local you have a dev environment. Staging will be either QA or UAT or then the production. Okay. So now again, we will discuss about what is the database, how we are going to use, and what are the storage here. Dev might be 1 or might be 3 and 4s. Okay, so might be you have only one dev environment. After local, you have a dev environment. So might be one dev environment or multiple dev environment. So, and similarly for the staging, so you have maybe the one QA environment or multiple QA environment. Like sometimes I have seen the 5 QA environment. So 5 kind of like one is dedicated for the developer, one is dedicated for the tester, and one is entirely, one QA environment is entirely the exact replica of the production. So how they're basically maintaining. Yeah. After that, there may be a chances like pre-production. Sometimes in some project, you will also see the pre-production environment. After that, production. So this is how basically doing, and this is not related. No. This again is not important. Do we need to explain this one? What is different with the on-premise and cloud?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Because okay, so that's only that on-premise and cloud is basically previous version of Hybris, like CCP1. It's basically on the on-premise. On-premise means everything is maintained by us. Like it is basically owning the house. Means everything from the storage to deployment, everything is owned by you. Cloud is kind of rented, like you have taken from the Azure, AWS, anything storage, and you are going to store a project there. Okay. So of course, lot of initial investment because everything is yours. Cloud pay as use. Basically now AWS Azure is saying whatever storage you are going to use, just pay for that. It's quite similar to the rent. Okay. So similar to like scaling. So scaling is your manual task. Tomorrow, suppose your project like increase some extra data storage you need. So in that case, it's your responsibility how you're going to scale up. Okay. Cloud, there's no, you just need extra server. Okay. So suppose let's take an example. Tomorrow or after 1 week, you have a sale. Okay, so you need to be prepared before the sale only that this much load can be come in your site. If it is on premise, that is your responsibility to add the additional server and everything. But in the cloud, it's not your responsibility. Okay, so they will, as per the load, basically they have a load balancer, load enhancer, the different services provided by the AWS and Azure. So they will manage by their own. Okay, deployment is manual and you are going to do deployment again automated. So automated deployment is that how we are going to deployment here. Previously, you need to run the command, everything you are going to do that. Here automated, it doesn't mean that you are not involved. Yeah, you are involved. You just attach that, like you want to build this repository. Okay, you want to this file only. So that you are going to attach. After that, like running the command and everything is done by the cloud. Attachment is of course manual. Here deployment, attachment, running the everything is related to the person to like on premises. Any special person should be appointed for that. Okay. Next thing is that here cloud you can change. Tomorrow you don't like AWS, you move to the Azure. On premise you cannot change. It's your. Okay, of course, database additional cost. No, here you whatever the data is already there. If you want, you just increase that. So like just a similar that on premises everything is maintained by you. Cloud maximum thing is maintained by the cloud. Only your involvement is that just attach that thing. Just choose and attach. That is your basically cloud related. This we have last pass us. This will look similar to this. We will discuss later. Again, this is basically quite a blur. Okay. So when you work on the project, this is basically SAP on-demand portal. Okay, Commerce Cloud portal is normally called the on-demand portal. Now, so this on-demand, you can see. So here you can see this portal is when your project is deployed in the cloud. Normally, your project should be there 2205. So this is how you get the interface from the SAP side. Okay, so this interface will contain everything. Like D is basically dev environment, D1. So dev 1, S1 staging 1. It might be that S1, S2, S3, S4 with that. You can see P1 production, D2 again the deployment. So two dev environment, D1, D2, one is staging and one production they have. Okay. So when you click inside the environment, you will get another like whatever the different task you can perform with that. Now, so different tasks like you want to track the logs. So just click on D1 and go to the logs of this. You want to track you want to monitor it, like how your application is working here. So click on that. You have option for the Kibana Dynatrace where you can manage that application. These are different application again provided by this SAP. The Kibana for logging purpose, Dynatrace for the tracking purpose. So when you click on this one, so it will open the respected Kibana and Dynatrace. Before that URL is there. So after that you can see the repository. If you want to do any build, so you can click on here build, and in this build you will select the environment and you will select your GitHub repository, which repository you want to build it, and just click build. So it's just a one button. Like this is a manual intervention. Just go to the build, select the environment, select the repository and click the build, hit the build. So this is the manual. After that, everything is done by this cloud or this is SAP. Okay, repository, you can see all repository. Again, you can see the security purpose is just for that you have a 10 members. Okay, but I don't want to give the access to one member should have the all access. It doesn't mean that all have the similar access. So that we can maintain by the security. Static file and all we can discuss. Static file is basically some files we are going to static file. D1, D2 is two environment. Okay, so if you want to change anything in D1, that might not reflect in D2, but something I want to change in D1, D2 path, where we come with a static file and all that concept will come. We can see here similar kind of the user management tool that is again for the access purpose. You don't want to give the access on all particular person, that comes on the user management. Okay, we can discuss later this one. So just understand how this is looking, how this will look. This is environment, and definitely you will interact with this environment when you work on the project. You will get say such kind of environment. Okay, so tomorrow your project manager will come and call that, just track the log, understand what is like, just go and see that what problem you have got like 2 hours back, and just go for the root cause of that. In that case, you will go, suppose you can staging one, go to inside the staging one, see the Dynatrace and go to that time strain and see that what problem is come, and go inside that problem, you'll find the root cause. Okay, so this is how you can do that. I think you don't have that. No, we don't have that one. Okay, so this is how you're going to look environment and all. Just what is the next part?
So Deepak, one question I have actually. So this is the SAP Commerce. I mean, supported by SAP only. As
Yeah.
we discussed a few minutes back, we can deploy our code to other cloud services, AWS, and so here in this SAP, they itself managing other database.
Yeah, that I will show you. Other day, how to manage. So this portal will be same. Either you use the AWS, Azure, anything is there. This is provider like SAP, independent of your database. When you build that, it will definitely database you have to attach in the code label, and it will take that database and build that. This is the interface provided by SAP to you.
Okay, so configuring database is another part actually.
Another part, yes.
Okay.
Okay. And how we are doing that, I will show you. Okay.
And from wherever we have taken the database, the same cloud service will provide the hosting and all, scaling management like thing, right?
Yeah, for that in your project, definitely 1 or 2% should be assigned for that, like, and from the AWS or Azure perspective, they should have. So they will do that managing and all. They will understand this thing, how basically they are going to deploy and all. Okay, so developer is not responsible for that.
Okay. Okay, then thanks.
Yeah. And do we have anything here? These are the different flavors. Okay. These features will come after installation. These are the competitors, you can see that for SAP is SAP Commerce, Oracle has ATG, it's downgraded now, known as open source is Magento, brought by Apache now, it's not open source now. And similarly, we have Salesforce is Demandware. So similarly, these are kind of, you can say that competitor. One more tool currently nowadays is very popular, this commerce tool, that is for B2C. So it's competitor. So in Java, whatever we have project, SAP Commerce is called the extension, and ATZ has a module, so it doesn't care about the ATZ. So extension is nothing, it's a Java project, kind of Java project we have. We have 300 plus extension in Hybris. So you can say 300 plus Java project we have. Okay. So how do we are doing? Okay. Now, one more concept, just understand that. This Hybris is related to the omni-commerce channel. Okay, what is omni-commerce? Okay, omni-commerce is the 4th generation e-commerce. Okay, it means that e-commerce have also a generation. Okay, different generation. So what are those generation we have? So previously we are working with a single channel. Okay, single channel, then we have a multi-channel. After that multi-channel, we got the cross-channel, and after nowadays omni-channel, you can see the ideal for current e-commerce is called the omni-channels. As per the current demand, omni-channel is up to the mark, you can see that. So just take up like theory idea of this, because this is not going to in future you are not going to interact those things. That's why I will not go too much inside of this. Just understand the concept. Single channel is like 20 years back, how you are doing the e-commerce fashion. If you want to send any gift from your side, so just you are responsible for buying and sending everything. Okay, you will go to the shop, you doesn't have even the option. Okay, whatever you are going to shop, whatever inside the shop only, you need to choose buying that on inside that shop only, and after that choosing, then courier to your friend and family. If they like or not like, doesn't matter. That is a single channel fashion. Nearly 20-25 years back, how we are sending the gift and everything. Multi-channel is kind of thing is that now 15 year back, 15 to 16 year back, when the net came, we know that net. In that case, you will select the design in website, and after that go and purchase, go to the store. Again, manual intervention is maximum here. Go to the store, buy, and then deliver. This is called multi-channel, where one more channel, that is website, is involved here. You can search the design in website. Third is called the cross channel. So cross channel is basically where we have multiple channel which is crossing to each other. Like we will create the website, search any design in the website. So, then you are sending pic to friend. Okay, so now website and design in our channel. Now I'm sending to the friend. So again, different channel I'm sending that. Again, friend will select that, yeah, this, I like this design. Okay. Then he's again sending to me that I like this design. Now you can order this one. So what is the placing and order is from our side. Place orders from our side. So in that case, again channel is coming to me. Basically we are overlapping channel one by one. So this again placing an order, and that's is delivered. This fashion is called the cross channel. Basically you are basically crossing channel one by one like this. So now the problem with this cross channel, this was working till you can 2014-15. This cross channel was working. The problem with the cross channel is that if someone don't like, what is the return and replacement policy? If you have promotion and coupon, how you're going to apply that? Okay, multiple payment option, no. Credit card, debit card, UPI was not there. So multiple payment option is not there. So this is the problem with the cross channel. That's why we got the new solution called omni-channel. It means whatever the current scenario of commerce is running on the omni-commerce. Omni-commerce is a concept like OOPS. OOPS can be managed by like implemented on multiple languages like .NET, C++, Java. Similarly, omni-channel is a concept implemented in Hybris like now BigCommerce, Shopify. Maximum e-commerce platform are using the omni-channel. Omni-channel means everything current scenario, multiple payment option, coupon on you can apply the coupon. You can select the delivery date also. You want to deliver 2 days after, you want to deliver on the birthday, someone birthday. So you can choose and everything. That is called omni-commerce, maximum flexibility. Okay, so Hybris is omni-channel commerce solution. Okay, so just I'm telling the theory part because tomorrow you are not going to interact too much on here. Okay, just understand the omni-commerce. What is omni-commerce? Okay, and okay. Similarly, omni-commerce, Hybris is basically, if you talk about history of Hybris, so Hybris basically 1996. It is introduced in 1996 and brought by SAP in. So SAP brought on 1st August. So previously Hybris was a company. After that SAP brought Hybris, and 1st August 2018 they renamed as a SAP Commerce. Previously it's a SAP Hybris. Now they have renamed as a SAP Commerce, and now they are totally focusing on SAP Commerce. Prior to means SAP Hybris, SAP brought Hybris on 13. It doesn't mean that SAP comes in the e-commerce in the 2030 only. Before that also SAP has e-commerce platform, and those are different. Before that they have online store and different type of like ISA, then WCEM. These are the different platforms they are using, and from 13 onwards Hybris, SAP is using the Hybris platform, this one, and now still they are focusing on in the Hybris. They don't have any future plan to deprecate Hybris and come with any new e-commerce solution. So this is the 4th generation from the SAP again, and they want to continue with this only. Okay, and Hybris is a market leader. Hybris is a market leader in the B2B domain. What is B2B means? Business to business domain. So there's a no, you can say there's a no proper competitor for hybrids in B2B domain. In B2C we have multiple, but in B2B maximum platform fails because this is a quite complex project. B2B is quite complex. There's a lot of complexities involved. So that's why Hybris is B2B leader, market leader. Now, when I'm talking B2B, there's a maybe other flavor also like B2B. They have B2C flavors. Okay, B2B flavors. What is B2B? What is B2C? Is basically business to customer. To customer means when you are directly selling to the customer any goods and products, that is called B2C. Flipkart, Puma, Amazon, eBay. So these are the B2C platform where you can go and directly place the order, create account, place the order. This is called the B2C, business to customer. This is business to business. When suppose your TCS want to buy the some 10,000 laptop from the HP. So definitely there's a different process to buy. They will not simply go in the Flipkart and place the order. They will contact to HP that I want 1,000 laptop, 10,000 laptop. Then HP will confirm, yeah, we are going to send, but not on this day. 1,000 today, 1,000 after 1 month, like this. That is basically again. So that fashion business, that business is basically called the B2B, business to business, like TCS to HP. And again, like Shell is going to with Dell, and Shell is doing a business to the Indian Oil. Okay, this is when there is a bulk of amount, bulk orders. Generally, you can the bulk order is doing that. Definitely, TCS will not buy one laptop from HP. Okay, so and not only one day he's going to buy. Like if you want to buy the laptop from HP continuously, so definitely this is long-term engagement. So this is how B2B business is there. So then we have the bulk amount of order. Okay, bulk amount of order is only one scenario. Other than that, we have a different scenario like when TCS buy from the HP and the Wipro is buy the similar kind of laptop from HP, rate might be differ. Okay, it depend upon the PO and how the engagement between those two. Okay, like TCS wanted 10,000 laptop and Wipro 1,000 laptop. The quantities differ. In that case, HP might give extra discount to TCS. I want 2,000 less as per the Wipro. So like this, we will discuss this more scenario in the later part, B2B, because your project is B2B. So we'll discuss a lot of scenario with B2B. Just understand that when business is doing business with some other companies, company to company business is called the B2B. Other than that, we have a lot of other flavor that is not used in Hybris. Just understand that you can see C2C, customer to customer. For example, is OLX. Customer is listing, customer is buying. Quicker. Okay. So like we have C2C, customer to customer. Then you can see A2C, administrator to customer. When government is directly selling anything to the customer is called is the administrator to customer. What do you like ration? Okay, and electricity you are taking from the administrator. So gas bill. So many things is there. So directly administrator to the customer is called A2C. You have C2A also when customer is selling to the government. That is there's a lot of platform where government is buying, like farmer are selling their wheat or so many things to the government. That is called C2A fashion. Okay, next you can say B2A. A is basically when business is selling something to the administrator. In that case, called the B2A. Like Tata is basically making some armor vehicle for the government or the army. That is called B2A business. Okay, A to B business is again just opposite. Government is giving tender to the TCS or basically Tata. Next thing is called A2A. A2A means really one government is buying something from the other government, import export. Okay, Rafale is brought by India from the France. That is called A2A business. Similarly, we have a lot of fashion of business here. Okay, so normally in day-to-day life, we are using B2B and B2C. Hybris is used for B2B and B2C only. Okay, this fashion is not developed in the Hybris. Okay, of course, whatever the A to A, like when the government involved, definitely these current solution will not work. They have different solution itself. Okay, so just for your theory purpose. Okay. And just I will give one more comparison with Java, so you will understand how the Hybris will work here. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll do one thing. Okay. All have Java installed, Java 17.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So this just store in the D drive or E drive, whatever the drive you have. So just 7 GB you have.
Yes.
Okay, all should have 7 zip. Don't use the window extractor. Don't use the window extractor. Till we are doing that, just extract your zip suite here. How you are extracting? Right click and 7 zip and extract 2. Okay, extract 2. So don't use the window extractor. Extract all. It will fail. Use the external extractor only, like WinZip, 7-zip, something like that. Just extract 2 like this. Okay, so just, or if you want to extract somewhere else, so just extract the file and just go to the particular folder and extract there. Okay, extract particular location. So you can, here I am instructing under the TCS. Okay, so just extract your suite. Later we are going to discuss how to install. Tomorrow today only are going to discuss how to install it. Okay, you do not waste any time for the tomorrow. Okay, you have a lot of things to cover. Okay, so it will take again 5 to 10 minutes, depend upon the speed of computer. Sometimes it will take 2 minutes itself. Okay, just extract. Everyone, please do that. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have any confusion, just ask me now. So in background, it will extract until till now it is extracting. We can discuss some other features, other like comparisons here.
Yeah,
From
Deepak.
where we will get this chip?
Iron 1 minute. So Deepak,
please share that zip who has.
Deepak, I was saying, can you hear me, Deepak?
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So some of us is already having this setup with us. So we will follow up this activity after this session. As of now, we'll go through the process, whatever you are teaching us. That will be fine.
Okay, that's it. Okay. So I just want to show you the comparison with Java. So it's just a small comparison. So you will understand that how the Hybris is built and whatever the different technology we have used in the Hybris. Okay. So in Java, we are using the coding purpose Java itself. For coding purpose, Java, we are doing the rather than question is basically. Okay. Now, if you want to deploy the Java project, definitely you want a different third-party tool to deploy the Java code. For deployment purpose, you will use any third party like Ant, Maven, okay, Apache, any tool you are going to use for deployment purpose. Okay, you don't have inbuilt deployment for the Java. Okay, once the deployment is done, okay, here we doesn't use Marvin, I think. Yeah, Apache we doesn't use. Here we have the Ant and Marvin for the deployment purpose. Okay, next thing that for build. Okay, sorry, for the build. This is a very compilation. Okay, build this one. Then again for the deployment. Okay, and we are going to use the some other application like we are using the WebLogic and WebSphere, like Apache, like this we are going to use for the deployment purpose. Okay, similarly, storage related we doesn't have anything with Java. Definitely use any third party like Oracle DB. Similarly, use the MySQL DB, anything DB basically. So when you are going to develop anything in the Java, you have a lot of dependency. You need for building purpose you are using some other tool. Deployment purpose you are using other tool. What is deployment? It's starting the server. Okay, DB purpose you are using the other tool. Okay, so Apache, Tomcat, anything deployment you are using, build, Ant and Marvin, anything is you are using. Okay, when you are going to compare with SAP Commerce, how you are going to use this one? Okay, so for coding purpose, Java. Okay, and Hybris provide itself APIs. Okay, it has other integration related any integration related development. So this one is provided by Hybris only. Hybris itself have. Okay, where you are going to code everything in the extension. I already told you is equivalent to the Java project. Okay, where you can see all these things. Okay, I just extracted that one. So I extracted under the TCS. Okay, you can go inside this Hybris bin. You can see different modules we have. Okay, so if you go and the coupon, so again coupon have multiple modules. Okay, this is coupon is a module and these are the extensions. Module is nothing, is a basically combination of extension. Module real time never exists. It's just a folder which contain the similar kind of extension is called the module. Okay, so real time these are the extension like coupon back office, coupon facade. These are name of your project. Like Java, when you create any project, just you have to name the project. Similar kind of things. Inside this, we have a different thing like it is an XML file and it has Java file both. Okay, so coupon service, it is again an extension. So here you are going to code. Here you are going to write your personal code. These are OTB. You are not going to write here. You will create a custom code. Okay, how you are going to create? I will show you. So next thing. Okay, coding, we have a Java, Hybris, and this we are going, everything we are going to under the extension. Okay, for build purpose. Building the code is nothing, is a compilation of code. How you are going to compile your code? Okay, so compilation will check all the error and related things, dependency, error, everything it will check. So for building purpose, where the build is, so in the bin, in the platform, like you go when you extracted that under the Hybris bin platform, and under the platform you will find something like that Ant, Apache Ant. You can see here Apache Ant. This Ant tool is responsible for the building. How you are going to build, that is the next step. But this tool is automated with, this is not from SAP. This is integrated with the SAP. Okay, Ant is from the Apache side. This is SAP is using this one, not built by SAP. So Hybris internally you can see nothing is it's a combination of different technology. Okay, when you use more you will understand that it's just a combination of different technology. Okay, Apache Ant you can see these are different folder and all these things they are using, the different jar file, and this is responsible for the build purpose or basically compilation purpose. So this is automated provided by Hybris. Next, deployment purpose. For deployment purpose, we have hybrid server.bat here itself. Inside the platform only, you can see hybrid server 2 is there. Okay, one is bat file for Windows, one is sh file for the Linux or MacBook. Okay, so you can see all command has two. Okay, setband, one is for the .sh for the MacBook or the Linux, and batch file for the Windows. Okay, so you can see here hybrid server.bat or hybrid server.sh. This hybrid server is nothing, is responsible for the deployment purpose in local. You are going to use the for the deployment purpose. So this is again provided by this one. Now what is hybrid server? This is nothing, is built on the top of Tomcat Apache. There's nothing simplified version of Tomcat Apache. Okay, so hybrid server built on the top of even Tomcat Apache. You can also see here. Yes, it's Tomcat. So hybrid server is internally using the Tomcat only. Okay, for the deployment. Next thing is that DB purpose. Okay, so DB purpose we have HSQL DB here. OTB. OTB means out of box. Okay, so where you can see hybrids, and here only you have one more folder will create the data. Inside that will create that. It is not created because I have not installed it. If someone has installed, you can see under the hybrids you will find the data folder here. In that you will find the HSQL DB. I will install, when I will install you will see that. Okay, so these things already provided by, other than this also so many other things also provided here. So you can see SAP Commerce doesn't need anything externally. When you install it, automatically it will be, even nowadays it has npm install also, automatically it will install the npm for itself only. It will not, you cannot use for other project, for the hybrids only. Okay, other than that lot of things is also provided. Okay, SAP Commerce built on the top of Spring framework. Spring framework, it is going to use entire Spring framework from Spring Basic to Spring Advanced. Spring Basic, like everyone know the Spring?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Spring Basic is dependency injection, like inversion of control. Similar thing. Okay, IOC. Next thing, Spring Batch, Spring MVC, all the things, Spring Batch, Spring MVC, Spring Security, Spring AOP, Spring Integration, all Spring module they are going to use here. Yeah, something is minimum, some is maximum. Okay, it depends upon the project to project and uses, but it use entire Spring framework. Is built on the top of Spring framework. Now it build the top of, it use so many things. Okay, not only Spring framework, it use the Bootstrap, it use the JSP, it use the tag file, it use the Angular JS, it use the like Apache Tomcat, it use that SQL queries. Again, they have simplified SQL query and made hybrid SQL query, basically HSQL query. Okay, so they have simplified so many things, but definitely their inspiration is some core technology. Okay, they have built on the top of some other technology and made a simplified. So SAP Commerce is just a solution. It means it's a combination of software. They have taken best software from different companies and different technology, combine one, ready to make one software. That's it. This is the hybrids. Okay, and one more thing is that your project is maximum is B2B, so there's no point to discuss about the customer experience maximum here. Okay, and now shall we move on the installation purpose, installation side? Do you have any question you can ask? Team?
Yeah, no question from my side.
Okay, great. So let's move to the installation part. Installation, I will do two ways. There's 2 to 3 ways to do the installation. Everything is same. Okay. So how we are going to use in previously, how we are saying. One is traditional way. Another is by buying the recipe. Okay. Okay. So buying the recipe and buying the traditional way. Although recipe is also traditional way only. They have just simplified something. Okay, they have just simplified. Okay. So when you are going to install, hybrid installation means just whatever the out of box things we have here. Okay. We are going to enhance this. Now we are going to making this project as per our customize. We are going to customize the thing that is called the installation. And when you are working in any hybrid project, any means in future you will work on the different project, any project, it means 80% always will be out of box. OTBs out of box, 20% or less should be customized. So only 20% and less will be customized. It means whatever the customization you are doing, that is 20%. Maximum 80% is services, and in project you are going the out of box. This is already given by SAP to you. Okay. For the coding purpose, for the configuration purpose, all maximum things is 80% is out of box. Okay. Some project might be 15% is customized, 85% is out of box. Okay, 20% I'm saying the maximum. All project. Okay, so when I'm going the installation and customization means training. So in 80%, you should know what the 80% is available with you. On the top of that, how you're going to customize the 20%. So we will see that how the 80% first it will work, then how 20% you are going to customize. That will also see in the later part. So this is called the functional. This is called technical. This is already there. Understanding is called functional. It is not there. You are going to do that. That is called the customization. Okay. Now, when you install that, up and running site will be there. Okay. And traditional way and recipe. And when you are going the real time project, you are going to install by using the GitHub. Okay. You are going to again by just you are copying the code after cloning and everything. Then again you are going to use the recipe a normal traditional way. Normally you clone the code and go with the traditional way. In the local for the training purpose and all, we are using the recipe. Everything is same. Internally it is using the same thing. It is nothing different here. Okay. Now how you are going to use the GitHub, that I'll also show you. You can show your screen. I will show you how basically you are going to use. Okay. Traditional way and recipe. Traditional way is basically going to the platform folder and opening the command prompt here, setting the environment, and just pushing the building the code, and clean all is basically building the code. Okay. So when I already told you for building purpose, they have given the ant tool. So when you are given the ant tool, we have a different ant command is there. So in that we have ant clean, ant all, ant clean all, and customize and production. Like there we have a multiple commands, but these three are going to use maximum. And clean means cleaning that generative directories, and all means building your code, and clean all is combination of these two commands, and clean plus and all. To run and command, you should first run the set ant environment. Before setting ant environment, you cannot run and command anything because it will not understand which thing you are talking. Let me show you. Okay, So this is, I'm using the CMD here, and I have not set any ant command here. Now I'm adding ant all. It is saying that ant is not recognized as internal external command because I have not set ant till now. If I run set ant env dot bat, it is setting the ant environment. For Linux and all, set ant env dot sh. Okay. Next, I will do by using the recipe here. Recipe is just only for the creating, like in Hybris. What is a recipe? We have a different module. You can see that we have. You can see here there is a lot of modules we have. Similarly, we have a China accelerator also. Okay, B2B also, B2C also. B2C, B2B both is there. You can see lot of extension. Since this is a solution, SAP Commerce is solution, it means in out of box, it will contain all possible scenario code, all possible scenario project, all possible scenario extensions. It doesn't mean that I am going to use all those extension and project in my project. Okay. If they have 300 extension of, well, suppose if they have 500 plus extension, okay, and that I'm going to use 500 all extension, I might use, I'm just removing this one, I might use only or in B2C support you are going to 300 extension. So which 200, 300 is there basically? So rest 300 or rest 200 project or extension is useless for me. So why I should build those? Because it will take extra time to build for me. If I will go all extended 500 extension, so compiling 500 extension will lot of time it will take. So that's why the recipe will come in the place that whatever you want to install, you will install only those which is required for your project. Don't install the extra thing. Okay. So if you go and open, recipe is under, go inside your project. Inside the project, you have a don't go inside the Hybris. You have an installer folder. Go inside the installer folder. Under the installer folder, you have a recipes. So go inside recipes and you will find there's a 4 recipes. Okay. So normally these are the old, don't use. Normally we have 2 CX and CX China. Now previously we have 8 to 10 recipe like CX China, CX B2C, B2B, B2C. There's a lot of recipe. Now they have combined and make only 2. China e-commerce is different. Not only China, Eastern e-commerce like Japan, China, and the Korea e-commerce is entirely different from the how we are using. Our e-commerce is purely maximum. Our e-commerce is maximum influenced by the Western e-commerce. Our e-commerce is quite similar to the how their US e-commerce, European e-commerce, but China e-commerce is different. That's why for China they have a different recipe. Recipe means different. When you are going to install maybe the China need that whatever the 300 unused extension, China like China e-commerce need those extensions. So that is mentioned in this recipe. So similarly, tomorrow you think that India, this recipe is not compatible with India. So I will make CX-India. So that is for the India recipe. So again, that is a dependent recipe is nothing is the to how you are going to install, what flavor you want to install, that is mentioned in recipe. So if you go inside the recipe, so you have 2 files, build.gradle and readme file. Readme file is basically information of recipe. Build.gradle file is the file which is responsible for installation of your Hybris. Okay, so if you open this build.gradle file, you will find two plugin. This plugin is nothing, is a jar. This plugin, where you find this jar, in the installer location itself, you have a lib folder. So those 2 jar is there. So what is the name is the installer platform installer add-on. So you'll find here, installer add-on 2 plugin, installer platform plugin. These 2. So there's a lot of also means in future you might use some extra also. Okay, so basically these two have the add-on and platform is coming from the lib folder. This is nothing is jar file. So similarly, you can see the plugin. Okay, build script basically Maven build and Maven control. Other than that, next thing is that when you are installing, so you can see it is setting some local properties. Local properties basically these properties this you are going to set in the basically it will create a local dot properties file and it will enter all these values into that file. Okay, this property, this is key and this is value, key value format. This is key and this is value, this is key value format. Okay, key should be unique. Okay, so key and value format, key value format. Okay, like this. And after that, after setup, like execute admin password, where we are executing admin password, that here you cannot see any password is for your back office HAC, whatever the software you are building. It means externally you are giving any password that basically set by using this method. Ensure this method is written in your some Java code. Okay, it doesn't mean that this is just written here. It is written out of box already. Okay, after setup. Now this is extension. As the extension is nothing is a project. So these extensions are present when it will create a one more file like local extension.xml, and there it will it will write these extension, and this is some extension are commented out. It means these extension you can China related they have commented out here. It's not related here. Okay, so they have commented and if they have not mentioned, so commented means these are not going to write there. Okay, commented means they are not going to write there. So these extension is going to write. How basically going to write? I will show you one by one. And after that, these are the add-ons. Add-on, we will discuss what is the add-on. Okay, add-on is quite similar to extension, but only slight different. This is a dependent extension. These are the free extension. You can say that add-on is just a dependent extension. And after this one, this is basically asking building the system, initialize. So by the recipe, you can update your system, start your server and initialize your server also. Initialization means cleaning entire file, entire DB. That is called the initialization. Update, start, everything you can do here. Okay, so now I want to do installation by using the recipe. Okay, installation by using the recipe. So how you are going to install and how this file will affect, let's see one by one. Okay, just see here installation under the Hybris, only one folder you have, right? Installation. This is before installation. Okay, I want to install. Okay, so when you are going to install by using the recipe, go to the installer folder and open the command prompt here in the installer folder. Okay, now you want to run the recipe. Okay, so how you are going to run the recipe and what are the basically syntax for that? Okay, just a minute. So everyone has Windows file, right? Windows laptop only, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we are using the bat file. So install dot bat. After that, -r, this is common. Okay, after that we are going to use the recipe. What is the recipe I'm going to use here? The recipe name. Recipe name is CX. So recipe name is CX. This is how you're going to install the recipe. Now I told you I have not given the admin password. It is not mentioned there. So it means you have externally give the password here, or you go and change your recipe. Basically, you go and change the recipe and enter the password here. So both will work. It doesn't mean that this will also work. You can change the build.gradle file also, but you can do from here also. So -a, and after that enter the property Okay, enter the property. So which file you are going to mention? We are going to enter the local property. Means local properties, basically the file name is local.property. Local hyphen, we cannot use dot here. So local hyphen property. And what is the property key? Property key is basically initial password dot admin. It's an admin password. Okay. Link is correct. Just a minute. Okay. Dot admin. Okay. Now equal to whatever the password you want. This is your customized password. Okay. I want to give, suppose normally we give the nimda. Okay. So you can give nimda 123 123 4 5 any password and just hit. Okay. So it will install the recipe. Now it is installing the recipe means now go here and in the TCS Hybris it is installing it. Right? Okay. Now you can see here it is saying that buying the build.grep file, it is created directory under training project TCS Hybris log, TCS Hybris data, TCS Hybris temp Hybris, TCS Hybris rows. These folders are created. It is created local.properties. It is also created local.extension somewhere they have mentioned. Okay. Can you see that TCS Hybris data, TCS Hybris data, TCS Hybris log, Hybris roles, everything is created.
Yeah. Deepak, what is the traditional way of installing the Hybris?
Traditional way is just go to the platform and run and clean all.
Okay.
Platform. Yeah. I will show you that also. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And now you can see. Previously this was there and after installation this was there, right? And similarly they have mentioned here. Can you see here immediately? These are this, you can see that these are mentioned. So can you see exactly same thing is created here? They have mentioned here. Okay. Now next thing is just some hint here. This is build is successful. Okay. Similarly, they have mentioned that I have created this extension. It is created local.properties. It creates so many things. So where the local.property? So before that, since this is already present bin, this is created config data log role temp. This is created at the time of installation. This is created at the time of installation. Okay, so this is out of box and these are the created at the time of now. DB custom. So it means custom means our purpose, coding purpose. Going to use for coding purpose, our purpose. Okay, since it is created of the installation, so we are going to use OTP. It means out of box means project purpose, platform purpose. It is for the platform purpose. Okay, so this is going to use for platform out of box coding purpose. Okay, already whatever the thing is inside the bin also will create one more thing. So this is our purpose. Now this entire thing, this black box, okay, this entire thing, this black box, it called the directory structure of Hybris. Commerce directory structure is nothing. This is these folders, including bin config data log role temp. This is called the directory structure, and bin is for out of box with platform purpose, and this created for by the like installation. This is for our purpose. Clear?
Yeah.
This is one. Now I'm saying that we have this properties and extension where these are created. Okay. Now go to the config folder under TCS Hybris config. So here you can see local.properties and local extension.xml is created. If you open the properties, so this is the build upgrader and you can see this is the properties. Okay. So you can see in similar thing is created, web root, you can see similar thing is created, you can see here. Okay. Till here you can see till false and everything, you can see similar thing is created here. UK. Of course, writing is different because this is build.gradle file. So syntax is different. This is properties file. Syntax is different. So you can see this is a key. Similarly, this is the key and this is the value they have created. Now from where this is coming, initial password. This is coming at the time of this one. Initial password admin nimda. So this initial password is coming from there, and how it is going to write, because this is going to write by using this ensure admin password, ensure admin password, that is coming from here. So this is running this method and writing that one. Next is that it is going to create also a local extension.xml. So you can see those extension, some extension is there. So now you have 300 plus extension, 800 plus extension, doesn't matter. Whatever the extensions are mentioned in local extension.xml, only those going to execute at the time of build and the server start. Only these functionality you are going to use. You cannot use, suppose only here you can say 304 extension is there, only 300 extension. So rest 200 extension you cannot use. If you want to use, you need to mention here. So only these extension will compile. Other extension have syntax in and it doesn't matter. It will not compile at all. It will not, don't take care. Okay. So when you create your custom extension, you are going to mention those extension here also. Okay. So this is how we are going to mention, like this is how, and then this extension is coming from nothing, it's from build.gradle file itself. Okay. So it means tomorrow you want to create your own recipe. So just go to the recipe folder and create build under the recipe, create one folder and inside that build.gradle folder and readme folder. Similar to that. Okay. Now here recipe we have installed. So you can see so many things is already installed. Basically some folder is created. Now we can initialize by using the recipe, or we can start by using the recipe also. But let's see the traditional way to do that. I'm closing it and go to the TCS Hybris bin platform and open the command prompt. Here you can see custom is also open. So when you create your any extension, custom like for your purpose, all the extension will create under the custom folder. Why it is created, I will show you. Okay, why here only, not other, I will show you also. Okay, so go to the platform and open the command prompt here. So I told you, you need to run the first set ant environment. So it will set the ant environment. So now you can use the ant command. Okay. So just if you are going to run by the traditional way, so you are going to run the ant clean plus ant all here. So either you can ant clean then ant all or ant clean all, both is same. And where to use which one we will see that later, how when you use the ant all, when you use the ant clean all. Ant clean all definitely take a lot of time as compared to ant all. But since this is the first time, we will use the ant clean all. So it takes nearly 10 to 15 minutes. So ant clean all is basically what is doing that it will clean folder, all the generation file and build those extra generation file. Okay, what those the generation file is there. Yeah. So traditional ways, this is on how we are going to ant clean all. And when you do ant clean all, so when you are going to work in your project, so your project has already custom folder, your project has already config folder. So local extension, local properties already there in your project. You will copy from the Git repository. So there is no need to create by a recipe. So you just copy this one and basically copy here, basically like clone that code here and clone that code into the custom extension of this one and hit and clean all. and after that start the server and build the code. Start server and initialize the system. This is how you are going to do in your real-time project, not by using the recipe. You will go, you use the in the platform, open the command prompt here and hit the and clean all, then hybrid server.bat. This is starting the server and initializing, and then after basically you're going to use one. Next is that the next part is that take time now. Okay, so this and clean all, what basically and clean all this is using, basically what the use of this and clean all and all, this is basically build tool. Okay, so for that, before that I will show you, let's go and okay, since I have created a project, I am going to import that project in your Eclipse. Normally everyone is using Eclipse or some IntelliJ. What is feasible for you?
IntelliJ.
Okay, normally I use the Eclipse. Okay. So this is for the TCS. Okay.
Deepak, can we say that a recipe is a collection of extensions? I mean that will get installed by. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. I just am saying that you will create your own recipe, and like here we are doing. So in installer, you can create on in the build.gradle file. You can change it extension, and you can install the recipe. And tomorrow you want to change something else, like you don't want to use this extension, you can remove it and write your own extension, import your extension.
Okay. So when we are creating a new recipe, we will define all the extensions that we need, right?
Just when you're creating recipe, just here, when you're creating recipe, just copy and paste it like CX, because exactly, and change this build.gradle file. Okay, normally you are not going to use a recipe in your project. They will already provide that extension and all everything, local extension.xml. You will just build that file only.
Okay.
Normally how I am doing that and clean all here. It will, you are going to do that. It's okay.
Okay, basically and clean all will do the same, right? But it will take the extension from local extension or XML.
Yes, always. Yeah. So building is nothing. It's a building the extension of local.xml, whatever mentioned here. Okay.
Okay.
So in each file, in each extension, we have basically, suppose I'm using this storefront extension, and so many extension is there. So we have XML files. In XML file, just understand that XML file we have a spring.xml. Will come later what is spring.xml, and we have items.xml. Okay, someone, if you are working already, you heard this term. If you are not working, don't worry, I will explain later. Okay, so and I will tell you properties file also. Just I have shown on property. Other than that, we have other so many properties file. We have Java files here. We have JSP files, JS files, so many things we have. Okay, so when you are changing this item.xml, this then go for and clean all. When you're changing item.xml only, this is item.xml, this file is related to database. When you're creating any new tables, new columns, new enums, so that can be done in item.xml. This naming convention is item.xml, something like star item.xml. So star is basically your extension or project name item.xml. Where it is located, that is different. When you are going to change anything related to item.xml and clean all. Okay, when you are changing Java file, okay, and just Java file and spring. are going to do and all. Okay.
Deepak, another question. Like the recipe we installed, right? Does it include both B2B and B2C?
How
Yes.
you're going to set? I will show you how to basically you're going to set that. Okay.
Okay.
So there's a 4 things you are going to do in project. Okay. One is if you are changing anything related to item.xml, then you are going to change in when you are basically doing to the and clean all, when only in the item.xml. And all, if you are changing in any Java file, spring.xml, and of course and clean all, then start the server. Okay. How to start? Clean all, start the server, and all, start the server. You are changing the properties, just stop the server and restart the server. Don't use the and all and clean all. Just start and stop. Properties you can change the front end also, but those are not for the long lasting. It's just for the like till the server is started. So if you want to change the property, just restart the server. If you are changing JSP, JS tag file, just refresh that. There is no need to stop start the server. Just refresh the page. Okay. So these things you are going to do that. Okay. So when you are doing that, why and clean all or not and all? Because if you are deleting something, and clean all means we clean the file and rebuild the file. So and clean and all is basic, and clean or and all is basically responsible to generate file. Okay, there is a lot of generated file in here, a lot of Java generated file, Java generated file in our Hybris. So those are done by and clean all or and all. Okay, so and clean all are responsible to build your system. Building system is creating any Pojo classes. Pojo classes is quite similar to the beans classes we have in Java. Okay, those are the Pojo classes. And the model classes basically responsible exact replica of your DB. Okay, model classes is exact. We can come later in the data modeling part, but just understand model classes, Pojo classes. There's a lot of classes which is generated in nature. So those generation can be done by the antall and cleaner, and those files are defined here. One more file is that here, beans.xml. That is also here we do the antall. So when the ant cleaner, when the antall we are doing, this is how we are going to maintain. Okay. I hope this is clear for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Deepak.
Okay, great. And it will take time, no issue. Okay. And let me import some file and I will show you, import some project. I will show you how you're going to import. This is how you're going to Eclipse. IntelliJ quite similar how you're importing the project. Okay. In Eclipse, someone is using general existing project into the workspace. Go to the particular directory. My directory is training project, TCS, Hybris. Click on this and you can see a lot of extension. It doesn't mean that you are going to use. Don't import all of the time. In IntelliJ, you don't have option to choose, but in Eclipse, we have option to choose. If you import all, it will slow. IntelliJ will not slow, but Eclipse will slow. Okay. So just like I'm saying, I'm importing some folder only, like for purpose, and later I import some other folder also. I'm using config and okay, and check the build automatically. Yeah. So I'm saying that, and like I will show you star model dot java. You can see a lot of model java. Okay, class. Okay, so let product model. Okay. This is generated class. Okay, product model dot java. This is generated class. It is in the platform. You can platform bootstrap GenSRC. GenSRC generated SRC folder. It's a folder itself is generated. So this is product model is generated class. And how it is generated? It is based on what is generated. It is generated based on the item.xml. How it is generated, that is different thing. Okay, so these generated classes done, how the generation is done by the clean or all. Okay, similarly unit model.java, there's a lot of model.java. Now this product model.java is exact replica of product table of your DB. When you are going to code anything, when you want to insert any data into your DB, so in coding in Java layer, you are using the product model. Okay, so suppose in Java you want to extract some data from DB and do some customization or some operation. So in that case, when you are extracting from product table, so that object is product model for your Java class. Okay, so product code is a column for product table. So product model dot code is a Java attribute. Okay, here attribute is instance variable. This instance variable is nothing, is a column. Okay, so this is how this is called. This is table in Java code. Okay, how the table is there, that is different thing. Okay, we are installing and I will show you. Just take a lot of time. Okay, so these file, one more file I will show you, star data dot. You can see product data, suppose product data dot java, okay, not class. This is a data class. This is again GenSRC, you can see GenSRC folder. So these all data classes are generated. This entire folder itself is generated, all this one. Okay, you can see a lot of classes is there. Okay, so this is these all classes, these all extension classes, everything is generated. So these are the generated classes generated in the and clean all. When you and clean, so these classes are deleted. When you go and all, again generated. So and clean all is basically first deleted and then regenerated. That's why and clean all will take more time as compared to and all, will take nearly double or triple time. So normally if you are not changing anything item.xml, now item.xml very minimum, you are not daily going to change any DB column and everything. So and clean all is minimum. If something is not reflecting after doing and all, then do the and clean all. Normally go for and all. Okay, now okay. Introduction, installation, folder structure explain. Business licensing deployment is not there. Basic configuration properties we'll do tomorrow. Installation we have discussed. Recipe is done. Build framework is nothing and clean or and all only. So we'll discuss the accelerator, commerce accelerator. This is three things same. And licensing and deployment. Deployment we have seen, licensing I will show tomorrow.
When you will do only restart the system?
When you only restart when you changing any properties file.
Which properties, right?
Like local.properties, project.properties, a lot of properties file we have. Okay.
Sure.
So under the config folder, we have local.properties. Under each extension has project.properties. Okay. Each extension has project.properties. Any extension you can pick, there is a project.properties file. Okay. Okay. These importance are different. Okay. And the most out of box properties file is called the core properties file. Basically, project.properties file from the platform extension. Platform, I told you, this is core extension. So under the platform, you will find the project.properties. So this project.properties file under the platform is most OOTB. So all out of box configuration are defined here. Okay, let's take 2 minutes. Do you have 2 to 3 minutes? I will explain properties file.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so generally we have different type of properties file. So mainly we are focusing on 3 type of properties file. One is under the platform extension, have project.properties file, and then under each extensions, under extension means each extension 300 extension has project.properties. Last is basically config. Under the config folder, we have local.properties. Okay. Other than that, we have some properties file, but those are not that much important. Okay. So now platform extension project.properties out of box. We are not going to change this one. And this will contain all out of box related activities like OOTB configuration. Like this out already, their site is there, already port is there, already DB is there. Those are already mentioned in project.properties of platform. Extension project.property is like extension related activities, extension related things they are mentioning here. Now, when extension related means when you are creating your own extension, there is also project.properties. Like whatever the project you are working, we have core extension, the core extension properties, a lot of properties file is already there. So extension related task. Here we have server related. Now, this is the least important since it's out of box. Medium, and this is the most important. If same property, basically same key, is defined in 3 extension, so it will take the value from local.property because this is most valuable or most important. Okay, this is the least important, this is the most important. So same property is defined in 3 different files, then it will take from the config local.properties. Okay, we are not going to change this one. Why we are not going to change? This is out of box. So today you are going 2205 version. Tomorrow you might use in the future you will for the upgradation you will need a different version of Hybris. So in that you will get different platform, so in that case you will lost your project.property. So don't change it. So if you want, this is a project.property of platform. So tomorrow, suppose you want to change, this is a DB. This is the DB configuration they are using. So this is DB. Tomorrow you want to use a different DB, just copy and paste this in your local.properties and change the value. For example, I'm just saying changing that. Suppose media default cache maximum size 500 MB. Tomorrow you want 1 GB. Okay, 1 GB, 1000 MB. So in that case, you are not going to change this one. Just copy this one. Go to your local.properties, paste as it is, and change the value. Okay, change the value. So this is how basically you are overriding the out-of-box properties. This is how you are going to override the. So the question is that we will create our custom extension. So we have also a project.properties. When to you change that project.properties and when to use the local.properties. When something is common in all servers, like in dev stage production, go to the project.properties of your extension. when something is changes as per the server, like DB changing, user are changing, okay, URL point, integration points, those are changing, move to local dot properties. Okay, server related, any server related activity, because server is changing every domain. Okay, in that case, go to local dot properties. Something is common in entire server from production to dev. Go to the your extension, like core extension, your extension, which is written by you, not the out of box extension. Okay, and if you want to override out of box property, just copy and paste the property in your custom extension properties or local dot properties and change the value. Media default secured is false. Tomorrow you want to do true, so just copy and paste. So key will be the same, value are going to change. So I told local dot property is the most important as compared to the project dot property. So it same key but two different value in two different files. So it will pick from the local dot properties. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. One more thing I told. Yeah.
So let's say if we don't wanted to change a project dot properties. So on the other end, can we create the properties specific to the environment?
Yeah. When you go in your project, so in project in config, you local dot properties one there, but other than local dot properties, you can see some other local dot properties, local dot hyphen keyway, local hyphen prod, local hyphen dev. You will see different local dot properties for different environment.
Okay. So we need to just create a file and where we will configure that file.
Yeah, when you are going to deploy that file, okay, so that on-demand portal, you need to configure that which file is for which domain. Okay, so this local dot property is for your local purpose. Okay. So when you are moving to the keyway, or so for that you are going to change the keyway, local hyphen keyway, and when you basically and like push that code to the your Git. And when you are deploying to the QA, you are pick that QA file only. So it is similar to that. Okay, this copy and
also this project property is not editable, right? It is out of the box one.
Project dot property is also editable. Project dot property not yet. Your custom project dot property you're going to use. Okay, because I told you out of box, don't touch out of box. Always use your custom only. So custom, when you create all extensions, so maximum extension will create here. So you are going to change those project dot properties.
Okay,
we will create and we'll show you also when you create the custom extension. And then config, I will create the keyway. Similarly, you create the prod. So now keyway related domain, anything, prod related anything, you are going to change respective and deploy that thing. Local extension will be same. It will not change because extension project you are going to use the similar kind of thing. Okay. Yeah. And project dot what I forgot to mention one more topic.
And one more thing. Can you please go back to the directory where you have created that file, that property file?
Yeah.
So here, whatever we will be declaring the property file is specific to any environment that will apply to all the extension whatever we have in our code base, right?
Yeah.
And in project or property, if we're gonna add, it would be extension specific, right?
That will also apply to the all extension, but normally we are doing that if for the core only. So we defining the particular extension. Okay, so suppose localization. So that for that also we are using the properties only. So it will apply to the entire site only. I'm just saying that if something is not changing as per the environment, declare that thing in project dot properties.
Okay.
It will reflect to entire project only.
Okay.
Yeah. And one more thing I want to discuss. I want this project dot property. So someone asked like it's a DB related. How we are going to configure the DB? Okay. So this is how we are going to configure the DB. This is DB. Okay. This is out of box DB, HSQL, file and Hybris data directory. HSQL my. So where you can see here, I think DB is created or not, like data. It is not created. When I will initialize it to create the DB here. Okay. So now tomorrow you want to create some other DB, or basically it's what you are going to do. Now it is the format is already given for you. Your DB URL. So when you copy this one and change the DB URL value, it will take that MySQL DB URL. Basically, key is same, only you are changing the value. Basically, you are overriding the properties. So when you are changing the, you can see MySQL. So the format is given, just you will copy paste your things. So you will just copy this one, uncomment and paste in the local dot properties and change the value. This is how you are going to configure the DB. Similarly, tomorrow, this is for MySQL. Tomorrow you want to use some other Oracle, okay, SQL Server, HANA, SAP. So format is already given. Just copy and paste this in the local dot properties, uncomment, and it will use that DB. This is how simple to configure the DB.
Okay, so in local properties, if we enable these properties and let's say we enable for Azure. So, so this Azure setup comes with a hybrid suite?
No, Azure setup will not come with the hybrid suite. It support, but it setup will, that is for DB is always detached. If external DB is there, so already detached, you are using some third-party DB.
So in that case, we have to install first Azure, right? Then only
yes,
we can
you need to install, like even you are in the MySQL, so you need to install in local MySQL.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Only HSQL is come with this. Other than that, whatever the DB you want to use, you need to install in your local if you are using.
Okay.
Okay. So similarly, just copy this one, paste, and just uncomment. Of course, respective things you are doing, and yeah, that is okay. That is basically, this is how you are going to configure the DB.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Any question? Anyone? Okay. So we already exceeding the time. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Deepak, I just had that question. Like, how, I mean, we installed a recipe. I mean, I have a question, like whether it includes both B2C and B2B. If yes, I mean, how can we install, I mean, or the extensions only specific to B2B or B2C?
Okay. For B2B and B2C, basically we are going to change the channel. This is similar recipe is there.
Okay.
I will import one more extension. I will show you. When I create my custom extension, I will also show you there. I'm just importing one there. Okay. Deselect. Y accelerator storefront. Okay, and this is the file spring filter config. Okay. So here tomorrow I want to use B2B only. This is basically mentioning B2C here. Okay. This is under the storefront. When you create your role in storefront, this is out of box storefront. Currently we are using storefront is basically which extension which is related to the front end related. Okay, it contains all JSP and all controller JSP and everything. Okay, so here you can see B2C accelerator side channel, and similarly this is basically mentioning. So tomorrow you want to use B2B, so just side channel dot, here you can mention the B2B, or you can comment it and just you create your basically B2B, you can mention the B2B here, side channel dot B2B. Okay. So if it is mentioning B2B is referring, it means somewhere it is already there. It's not here, but somewhere it's already there. You have mentioned there, not in different file, it is there basically. So I will show you. Let's see that if I hope it is already open, then I can show you, otherwise, yeah. Here you can see B2B, B2C, both is mentioned here in different section, accelerator service. So tomorrow you want to use B2B, so you can use this one. So basically constructor, now it is basically B2B or B2C. Okay. So basically you are filtering that. So if you want to use the B2B, tomorrow you want to use the B2B, change here. Okay.
Okay.
So we have to make the change here only.
Yes. This is out of box. You're not here. When you create your own, so you will create your own storefront extension, basically exact replica of this Y accelerator storefront. There you are going to change that.
Our custom one, right?
Yes, custom.
So
We need
setting
to specify it manually in that file. Is it?
Yeah.
We need to specify that manually in the file in the string filter config production.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Got it.
so whatever the setup, installation setup we have seen today, it was irrespective of any accelerator, right?
Yeah. That is
So-
in respective of, yeah.
So going forward, we will see how we can do the accelerator specific, right?
Yeah. So like you all are working in which project? Like they are going to train you for
B2B actually.
B2B.
Yeah.
Okay, you will do for B2B. Okay.
Okay. But it would be much better if you can share some slide or some document where we can see the B2B setup, or you would like to give a live session, that would also be fine. I mean, going forward in some time, we will also be using this B2C, right?
Yeah. B2C, normally whatever I am going to install, it will give B2B, B2C both. Okay. So, but if I want to respect to only B2B, so we can use here B2B. Okay, it has both actually. It is mentioning both here, strategy under that. But if you especially meant to only B2B, then you need to mention the B2B here still. You want both, then B2B, B2C both here.
Okay.
Yeah. Some in some scenario we'll see both B2B, B2C both you can see here. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, take time. After this completion, I will hit the highway server.bat and then we're going to install, initialize. So I will show you tomorrow how to initialize because we are already extending the time. So yeah, any other question? So you can ask, and after that we can wrap up the session for today.
Yeah, we are good for today from my side. Other can ask if they have any question.
Yeah, team, thank you. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Thank you, Deepak.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.